So today's video is all about how I feel like there's this big misconception that camper life is all fun and games and that we're just traveling and hiking all the time. And while yes, we get to do a lot of that, there's also just like a lot of days that are just normal days where we're not doing much. So I'm just going to take you through a normal day where I'm not working and Hunter is and what I do with it. Because honestly, it's not as exciting as everybody seems to think it is. And while yes, whoa, whoops. And while yes, I definitely do still feel like I'm living the dream, it's also just life, and it's a big part of this, so I'm gonna take you through my day. Shiny, are you tired? So now that Sunny's been on his walk and all of his stuff has been put away, I'm gonna make my mom a birthday card. I use this coloring book and I pull the colorings out of it and make them into cards, but it's actually her birthday today, so happy birthday, Mom, when you're watching this, when I'm filming it, not when it actually goes live. And then I have a package to mail home with her birthday present and a couple of other things, so yeah, I'm gonna make this card and then we'll go to the post office. Love the mysterious propane smells that come with living in a camper. Alright, so now I have this headband that I knit for her. If you're curious about my knitting, I've started selling it, so check out Dana's Camper Knits on Instagram and on Etsy if you want to get something that's your own that's hand knit, like this headband or the beanies that I'm usually wearing in my videos. I'm going to be starting to sell a lot of those, so yeah, just check it out. And if you want anything commissioned, go ahead and send me a message and I can make you something that's perfect for you. But anyway, now that I'm done advertising myself, this is the headband I made for my mom, not to be sold to any of you. And this is her birthday card, and there's a whole bag of stuff in the back seat. I'm going to take all of that to the post office and we're going to get it in the mail about a month later than I wanted to, but that's okay. She weighs a lot. It's full of books. Got everything but one book and one beanie in here. Pretty proud. Okay, so now that I got my package mailed, it's time to walk across town to the other side of town and get our coffee from Sleepy Monk. That's where we get our beans, and every time we get beans, we get a latte. So it's a sweet treat day, and I can't wait. Time to bring Hunter his coffee. our matching coffees. Okay, so now that I got my coffee and Hunter got his coffee, I am walking back to the car. There's a nice trail system that goes through like all of the behinds of Cannon Beach. So it's really nice that when I don't need anything in town, I don't have to walk through a town. I can walk down this trail, not see anyone, and make it from one side of town to the other. There's 2 spots for RV parking in Cannon Beach. One is on like the side of town that Clean Line's on, and then there's a big gap of just like residential areas and hotels, and then there's downtown, and there's a bunch more RV parking over there, and it's just a little quieter in there. So I usually tend to try and park back there if I can, but it does mean I have to walk pretty far in order to get to Clean Line or to get coffee and those couple things. But I also had to go to the post office today, which is in downtown, so it evened out. Yeah, let me show you the trail. Okay, so now that I'm back from my walk around town and getting all of our chores done, I'm going to clean up this place a little bit, put things back where they belong, and then get to editing. So let's do it. And with all of my finished knits, I made these patrol hats. I've made 2 so far, and I'm making more for my friends. This one was a little short, but I thought they were kind of cool. From ski patrolling this winter. This was the only book, the only thing that I couldn't fit in the box to mail home. I used a large flat rate box. I have every other book in this series almost, except for like I guess not that many, but a couple other books. Whoops. And yeah, it didn't make it in the box. Most everything else did. Sunny. We're hanging out. So yeah, now that I've got all of my chores done and everything put away, I'm just gonna sit here for a little while, do some computer stuff, check my email, work on some Etsy stuff, check out my Etsy, and just hang here for a couple hours doing some general chores, and then I'll probably knit for a while. So I'll show you guys what I'm working on in a bit. Okay, so now that I've spent like 2 hours on editing and applying for jobs and all of these like random things like that on my computer, I am now going to be knitting. I don't want to share too much about this project because it's a gift for someone who will be watching my videos. But I love this yarn that I got. It is such a pretty purple yarn, and it's wool. And I really like the brand that I got it from. I don't actually, Woolstock, I think? I don't actually remember. I will look at it and let you know. But yeah, now I just sit and knit and watch Netflix. I have 5 hours until Hunter's done with work. He had an extra long shift today. So I will probably knit for almost all of those. Yeah, and then we're probably gonna go surfing when he's done with work, and then I'll make dinner and that'll be our night. But yeah, this is pretty much my day. Knitting is one of my favorite hobbies that I've picked up this year, and I learned a lot this week about new ways to knit. I learned how to knit continental, if that's something that any of you know, so that's very, very exciting. And yeah, I'm gonna get to it and watch some Netflix and do some knitting. So
See if you look at it